What up? What up? What up? What's going on? Welcome to I can't even say the damn word. Welcome to Questionable Sports. My name is Jesse, and I will be here talking sports with you until I get done talking. I hope y'all having a great day today. I am. It is Wednesday. It is Wine Wednesday. I am not drinking. I am under medication, but best believe I'm trying to get off this medication so I can drink. So y'all let me know how y'all doing today. Don't forget get in the chat, say hi. Don't forget to ask any questions. I don't mind answering anything. Yeah, anything on your mind, just let me know. So let's start off with our topics. What we got going on today? All right, our topics today. We're gonna do some sports talks like we always do. Just talk about what's going on in in sports. Nothing too crazy. Nothing that there's this eye popping right now. We do some March Madness. What to watch? The top 10 defensive players in the draft. The question of the day, important dates, and of course, this is my show, so I will have the last word. But don't forget to join the chat. Let us know how you're feeling, what you're thinking, and if you're drinking. I got that from her show, by the way. I didn't think of that myself. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. So Scotty will be joining us shortly. Not sure what time, but he will be on. All right. I was just going looking through the stuff real quick. All right, let's start off with a sports talk and let's talk about what's going on out there in the sports world. Um, well, let's talk about the homegrown sports going on around in Dallas Fort Worth area. The Texas Rangers. How about them Rangers? They started off good last week. Remember, I was talking about how good they were playing and they look really nice. I like the way they're playing. And as soon as I say that, they turn around and lose to the Cincinnati Reds. They got swept by them, lost all three games. I'm like, are you serious? You just came off playing the Phillies, who is a good team. Phillies is a good team. Played Baltimore, another decent team. And then you come in here and play the Cincinnati Reds, who I'm not going to say they're bad, but I'm not going to say they're a great team. They're not, I don't think they're better than Philly. I don't think they're better. They might be around Baltimore. They turn and you lose to them. You lose to them. So yeah, they kind of a bummer. But they turn around and play the Mariners, and they sweep the Mariners. A good Mariners team. This is the team that won the division last season, and they come in and sweep them. And it wasn't like they blew them out. It was a close game, 2-0. They won today 3-0, 2-1 yesterday. So it was a really close game. Their batting is the same with the Cincinnati Reds. Wasn't really there, but if it wasn't for the pitching, I would have to say, they saved the Rangers this series. They go and play on to the Dodgers. Ooh, they play Dodgers next. The Dodgers are 8-2. They're on fire. Of course they're going to team that they're probably going to win the championship again. Three-peat. What can you do? They got a great team. Big. That's all I can do. I just hope the Rangers go out there and just do their best. Don't get swept by them. At least take one. Try to take one, please. That's all I can say, please. But Dodgers they're gonna beat the Rangers this next series. They don't play until Friday. The Rangers they played earlier today. Rangers won 3-0. I was actually listening to the radio on the drive home when they actually scored two of the runs. Yeah, actually I heard all three of the runs score. So I should listen to them on the radio more often. Well, I watched them yesterday on TV and the day before. So I guess if I'm just paying attention to them, they'll win. Because I didn't really pay attention to the Cincy series. Because honestly, I thought I think they would take two of the three, win another series, but no, they lost three in a row. Rangers are 7-5 right now, and like I was saying, what's crazy is the pitching is what saved them. Evaldi, what the pitcher today? God dang it, I had his name in my head. Moore or something like that. He was the pitcher. He did hella. He's been pitching really good for the Rangers. They picked him up in the offseason. He's their third starter. He's been playing really good for the Rangers. He's actually, I think, probably one of our best pitchers right now. And we got DeGrom and Evaldi on our team. So if our third pitcher's playing good, that tells you something. DeGrom pitched first game, then Evaldi. They both. I don't think they got the wins, neither one of them, because I think the bullpen came in and closed out the game and got the win. But they pitched good these last two games, so that's a good thing. Evaldi got his pitching was pitching better. Uh, but yeah, now the bats are just they can't hit shit right now. They'll get. Listen, I'm not saying they're not getting hit. They're just not putting in runs. They're getting on base. Like earlier, if it wasn't for the error today's game, they had the bases loaded, one out, and Neymar hit the ball down the line, and he was trying to go for the throw to home, and he overthrew the catcher. If he would have threw a perfect throw to the catcher, and then now you got two outs, bases loaded, because they would have been the force out at home plate. But and who's not to say the next batter would came up and pop up, strikeout, or something or anything like that. The good thing, the next batter was it Seager? I think he had a single. So, but it is what it is. Rangers are they're still no, this is the craziest thing right now. They're actually in first place in the division with a 7-5 record. The Seattle, who won the division last year, is 4-8. Athletics are in last place. They're 3-7. Angels, they're in third place. I'm not sure what their record is. And then you got Houston, who's in second place with the 6-5 record, I believe. They're losing right now. They're losing. If you look on the ticker down at the bottom down there, where's my ticker? Oh no, it's up top over there. You'll see that it'll pop up that they're losing. They were losing 9-1 last I saw. So let's hope that Astros keep losing. Let's hope that happens. That would be nice. What else is going on? Let's talk about a little bit about the Stars. Stars have 4 games left in the season. 4 games left. They're in second place in the conference. They have divisions too, but they mostly go by conference when it comes to playoff standings. So they're in second place in their conference behind the Avalanche, who's a really good team. But I'm thinking the Stars are a really good team too. They had Jace Robinson, who's second place on the team with 41 goals. But Langford's for the Rangers. Wyatt Johnson he's on fire. And he's young. That's what's crazy. He's a young kid. I think he's like 23, so he's gonna be with the Stars for a while. Because you ain't gonna let something like that go to waste. So he's young. He's leading the team with 43 goals. He had 2 last night. Him and Jace Robinson are going back and forth with goals. It's fun to watch. You can tell that they're competitive, and they're Jace is not going to sit there and like, all right, you're going to be the leading scorer. Jace is trying to score too. Jace scored 1 last night. Wyatt Johnson scored twice last night, with one of them being the game winner in overtime. So Stars are fun to watch. They're on Victory Plus. I told you it's free. If you just download the app, put your email address in, verify your email. That's all you got to do. You can watch every Stars game on there on Victory Plus, except playoff games. I believe the playoff games are going to be on actual national television. So which start, we'll find out on important dates. I can't remember when, but I know they have 4 games left. The last game is April 15th. So just be aware of that. Their last home game is this Saturday. So if you have a chance to go out there this Saturday to go to their last home game. Let's see. Like I said, they are in second place. They're ahead of the Wild, Minnesota Wild, who they play on Thursday. So this game right here, if the Wild win, they're gonna jump the Stars. I mean, Stars have a chance because again, like I said, after that, there's still 3 games left to get back into first place. But if the Stars win, that's a huge gap because right now they're up by 2 points, and if they win, that's 3 points. So that gives them a 5-point lead with 3 games left, which is a huge. I mean, you may not think it's a lot, but it's big when it comes to hockey. If they go into overtime, both teams will get a point, and then the winner will get another point. If there is a winner, there will be a winner because they go to shootouts, so there always will be a winner. But so if that happens, the Stars will be up by one. If they lose in overtime, they'll still be up by one because they'll have 103, and because it's 102 to 100 right now. And if the Stars win, they'll go to 105 and they'll stay at 100. But if it goes to overtime, they'll both get 1 point. It'll be 101 to 103, and then if Minnesota wins, it'll be 102. But the Stars will still have that 1 point advantage. Going with 3 games left. So I know that was a lot I threw out there. Hope that y'all understand what I was saying. You know what I mean. So, but yeah, Stars are starting off. They're a good team. They're not a bad team. They're fun to watch. It's just sometimes I don't get it. I don't understand how some of the goals get in. Ottinger, he's a great goalie, but he just, I'm just like, really? How did that? Like, there was a goal yesterday just trickled by him. He just didn't see it. If the defender was in his line of sight, the ball, the puck just kind of trickled through right by him, and I'm like, golly. But it is what it is. I mean, it was. They ended up winning. What's crazy? They were down. They were down 1-0. They tied it. They went down 2-1, and then they went down 3-1. Early in the third period, it was 3-1, and I was like, they're gonna lose it. And then not even 20 seconds later, Stars go down and score 3-2. Boom, just like that, we're back in the game. And a couple of minutes later, boom, they scored again. Jace Robinson scored, tied it up 3-3. I was like, hell yeah. I didn't finish watching the overtime game. I was watching the Renegades game last night. If y'all might have forgot, I told y'all the Renegades played on Tuesday. They played last night. They played great. They look good. That Austin Reed quarterback. He's good. He's better. He was on a practice squad. Give me one second. I just don't remember what team he was on. I want to say, shit. Y'all tell me if y'all remember who Austin Reed played for. I know he played for Western uh, Michigan in college. Oh no, Western Wyoming in college. That's where he played at. So, but if y'all could just let me know where, excuse me, where Austin Reed played NFL, because he was on a practice squad for a little bit, and then he ended up making a team here in the Renegades. Renegades. It's funny because my wife said this last night. She said they had to get away from Arlington to be good, because they were supposed to be one of the teams that were good the last couple of years with Perez as their quarterback. It just never really panned out. Just never panned out for the team, and then they move over to Frisco, and they just became they're looking like a dominant team. They look like a pretty dominant team. So hopefully they can keep it up, keep playing well, because it's fun to watch. Again, it's UFL. I know it's not professional players, but these are still good players. These are players that, trust me, they're better than we are. They're still better than we are. Um, the Stars have been struggling a little bit, so I just hope they can get off the struggle before the playoff starts. Let's go into this playoffs on a hot run. I think the last 10 games they've been about 4 wins, 6 losses, so they hasn't been looking good. I think they need to just get hot before the playoffs. So let's hope that happens. But moving on to some NFL news, I don't know if y'all heard this. The Raiders signed Kirk Cousins to a 5 years deal, up to $172 million. And when it first came out, when that news first came out, I was like, "What the hell?" My first thought was like, "Are they not gonna? Are they not thinking about drafting Mendoza? I mean, they could be thinking not drafting Mendoza, but why wouldn't you? I know some people. There's a lot of people who just like. I don't think he's as good as he's panning out to be. But the bad thing is, the quarterbacks in this draft are not that good. They're not great quarterbacks. Y'all heard, if y'all were here last week, you saw that some of the our ranking in quarterbacks, there was not. Mendoza's probably the one that did stand out the most. It's He's just. I said this is what I say. At Indiana, he had one of the best offensive lines. Y'all remember how they were talking about Ohio State? If y'all watched the game, they were talking about before the game. They were talking about how Ohio State had one of the best defensive line. They have one of the best linebacker core. There are going to be three players. They're going to get drafted on that from that defense in the first round. Maybe even in the top. There could be a possibility of being drafted in the top 10. Three players going to get drafted in the top 10 in this draft. Possibility. Not saying it's going to happen, but there is a possibility that three Ohio State players, two linebackers, one safety, they could get drafted in the NFL in the top 10. That's how good that defense was. And Indiana picked them apart. Mendoza picked them apart. And that offensive line is probably one of the best offensive line. And let's not forget, remember, the first play of the Ohio State game, Mendoza got hit and he got hurt. And I thought when that happened, I was like, oh, this is it. This game. We sit here and got hyped up for this game, and the starting quarterback got hurt on the very first play. That's what I thought happened. I think a lot of people did. And then he came back in, and they played lights out after that. But again, he had a great offensive line, something Raiders do not have. He had a great dominant offensive line. He had a really good running game. Raiders have Genty, but he wasn't great last year. But he was a rookie, and again, it all comes down to the offensive line. He's going to need protection. He has some good receivers. He has a receiver that's projected to go in the first round as well. So he had players around him. Do the Raiders have that around him? So I'm okay with Cousins getting signed by the Raiders. Let Mendoza sit a year, learn under Cousins, and he came out in the press conference today. He said the best quarterback's going to play. He said I'm here to do what I'm to do, and he's going to go for the starting position. But if Mendoza plays better than him, then yeah. But why would you have that 5 years, $172 million sitting on the bench? And don't get me wrong, I think Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. He was good in Atlanta. I think they did him wrong in Atlanta. Pence was okay. I don't like Atlanta. Atlanta made me mad. I think I told y'all why already. I don't remember if I did or not. But yeah, I'm not an Atlanta fan. I was last year, but I'm not gonna be this year. I hope they lose every game. Um, but let me see. I can't remember who do the Raiders have Devontae Adams still? If they do that, I mean that's that. At least he'll have a good receiver. But let's not forget, one player does not make a whole organization. It's good to have a superstar and the face of the organization, but he is not going to change everything. He's not going to make this team a Super Bowl team. You still need to have a defense. You're still going to need to have, again, something that the Raiders do not have a grade of is the offensive line. So maybe in this draft they'll go and get some offensive line as well, offensive linemen as well. But we'll have to see. We'll see what they do. Let's see what else. Let's see what else I got in my notes. I have my notes on my phone because it's easier for me to just type it up than to sit there and write it. I have sloppy handwriting, so I can barely read my handwriting as it is. So when I have it on my phone and I can sit there and just read off my phone, it's a lot easier. I'm gonna drop my phone. Um, that's really all I got in the sports news. There's nothing else going on that I can think of right off the top of my head. That's all that we've been talking about. Anybody that talks sports, you know what? It's fun, and we're going to talk draft, especially next week. Is what's fun is the fact that when people ask, who do you think the Cowboys are going to get, or who do you think this is going to get, who do you think this player is, what team's going to go with this? I like that. I like talking to when people come up to me and talk to me about that or ask me about that. Even if y'all was asked that in the chat, let's talk. I could talk all day about that. What draft and who's this, who the Cowboys going to get. Who do I don't? I'm gonna sit there and say who I want the Cowboys to get. I'm not going to sit there and say the Cowboys are going to get this player or this, and I'm not going to throw out a mock draft because I don't get paid to do all that studying like they do, and two, they're even wrong. They study this. These are experts. They can't predict who this is. So how am I going to sit there and predict what a team? So I'm going to sit there and tell you who I want the Cowboys to pick. And I'll tell you right now, at the 12th pick, if Sonny Styles is not there, if Caleb Downs is not there, drop back, drop back, pick up a couple of picks. You know, don't reach for a player that you don't have to reach for. There's a I said this before. I said this last week. I'm gonna say it next week. There's a lot of defensive good players in this draft. A lot of good ones. A lot of defensive ends. A lot of tackles. We don't need tackles. We need defensive ends, and we need linebackers, and we need defensive backs. So this, and we need safety. So, but the good thing about this draft is there's a lot of defensive ends, a lot of corners, and there are some safeties. Linebackers. Once you get to the third, fourth round, they kind of fall off. But yeah, defensive ends, corners, there's plenty of them. So if your guy's not there, that you want, Sonny Styles is not there, if Caleb Downs is not there, don't reach. Don't go for a corner that you can get at 20, at 12, because you still have 20. I mean, you may drop back to 18. You could drop back to 17. But don't, I hope the Cowboys don't reach for a player. Don't go get Rodriguez at 12 when you can get him at 20. Don't go get a corner like, let me look at my list here. Don't go get McCoy, the Tennessee cornerback that you can get at 20 and get him at 12. You know, like I said, there's a bunch of players that you can get at 12 that I'm okay with. But there's players that I feel like would drop to 20, or if they're not there at that you could get a replacement, and they're going to be good. So I hope the Cowboys don't reach. Rodriguez, now there's some mock drafts where I've seen that Rodriguez is going to get picked at 20. If somebody's there at 20, because I know that Cowboys need some corners and they need linebackers. But if you pick up a linebacker at 12, don't go and pick Rodriguez at 20. Or don't pick Rodriguez at 12. Because one of your other linebackers, Sonny Styles, or what's his name? Ariel Reese, there you go, is not there. Ariel Reese is probably one of the best middle linebackers in the draft. I've been holding that drink for a long time, talking to y'all about the draft. I've been wanting to take a drink for a while. I'm just sitting there having it in my hand. Um, Hold on, real quick. All right. So, but yeah, that's basically all I got for that. I mean, we can always come back and talk about anything. Like I said, if you have a question, enter the chat. Let me know what y'all are thinking. I'm not sure if the chat is working. That's why I stopped because nobody said anything yet. So I was just wondering if I have the right chat thing up. That's what I was looking at on the computer. So, anyways, moving right along. It's time to go to what to watch. What to watch. Woo, woo. Oh, but the Raiders, you are on the clock.
Your team is now on the clock.
You got 2 weeks. 2 weeks in a day, actually. 2 weeks in a day. And that's all you're going to be hearing. That's all you're going to be hearing all day on Thursday, the 23rd. And I like that sound. When that sound pop goes off, I'm boom, jetting looking at the TV. Well, who's getting picked? Who's getting picked? All right, what to watch? What to watch? Let's go with NBA. You got the Hawks versus the Cavaliers playing at 6 o'clock, so they're playing right now on ESPN. But you're not watching that; you're watching me. I appreciate that. I'm not sure if you're a Hawks fan or a Cavaliers fan, but playoffs are going to be starting here pretty soon for the NBA too. So get ready for that. Not sure. I'm not even sure who's in the playoffs for the basketball. I haven't even kept up with it. Nothing against the NBA is just not as exciting as it used to be. I think I said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. It used to be like on Saturday nights there'll be a badass game. Like, oh, I can't wait to see this game set Friday Saturday night. You got the Lakers versus the Spurs, Tim Duncan, Ginobili, Tony Parker going against Gasol, Kobe Bryant, Lamar Odom. I was like, oh shit. Then you got the Mavs playing. You got Dirk playing it going against Miami Heat. I just threw that out there because the Mavs beat Miami Heat in the playoffs. So, then you got the Trailblazers versus the Spurs. I don't even know how good the Trailblazers are, but you got the Trailblazers versus the Spurs, 8:30 ESPN. That's tonight. If y'all want to watch that. And then you still got the Mavs versus the Suns at 9 o'clock. So, if you want to watch that game. And ladies and gentlemen, we have our guest is finally here.
Hello.
What's going on, Scotty? How you doing today, sir?
I'm good.
Before I go any further, let me switch. Before I go any further, let's all congratulate Scott for winning the NBA March Madness tournament.
NCAA.
And yeah, there you go, NCAA. I couldn't think of the. So congratulations, Scott. Scott gets to be gets a bottle of his choice. Nothing too expensive. We're not rich over here.
Yeah.
We're not getting paid for this.
I'm gonna donate it to you.
Oh, I'm getting donated the bottle. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. Where's my hooray? I appreciate that, Scott. He's
Yeah.
we'll have it on here. We'll use it for the draft show. How about that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
As y'all know, Scotty doesn't drink, but I do appreciate that, Scotty. Donating his winnings to the show. Who does that? Only Scott. Because I would have took my bottle and ran. I tell you that much. So, all right, Scott. Right now, we're talking about what to watch. I just did the NBA games. I'm about to go to the NHL games. NHL games. We got the Sabres versus the Rangers at 6 o'clock on TNT. They're playing right now as we speak. But again, I know you're watching me and not watching hockey. Then you got not just me and Scott. Now Scott's on here. You got the Oilers versus the Sharks at 9 o'clock on TNT as well. So right after the Sabre Rangers game, you got the Oilers and Sharks. Again, they only have 4 games left in the NHL. So before the playoffs starts, and like I said, I believe every playoff game is going to be on regular TV or Peacock. I believe it's Peacock or NBC. I think it's who has the rights to the NHL games. The Stars don't play until Thursday against the Minnesota Wild. We talked about that already. So if you watch that game, it's going to be a big game. That's Thursday night on the Victory Plus app. Again, just download the Victory Plus app on your smart TV, on your tablet, on your phone, and you can watch the game. All you got to do is just enter your emails, get a password, verify your email, and that's all you have to do, and you can watch every Stars game, except until they get to the playoffs. I don't think it's going to be on Victory Plus, but it'll be on TV, so you'll be able to watch it. They also have, on the Victory Plus app, they also have the Rangers, but you have to pay for that if you want to watch the Rangers on there. And I think right now they got a sale. I'm not sure how long if it's still going, but it was $120 for the whole year, and you get 2 tickets to the Ranger game. So, did you know about that one, Scotty?
No, I did not.
Oh, yeah, that was a thing. All right, we got UFL. We told you, me and Scott told you that UFL has started. They're already on their 3rd week of the season already. Already on the 3rd week. It just felt like we just started talking about them a couple of days ago, Scott. Hey, the Dodgers are losing to the Blue Jays. Oh, they lost to the Blue Jays 4-3. The Rockies beat the Astros. I told y'all 9-1. The Giants beat the Phillies 5-0. A lot of early games today, Scott, for baseball.
Yeah.
I noticed that today. I guess Wednesdays are
Yeah,
early
I
games.
guess so.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, but the Rangers did win 3-0. But
Yeah,
you got some NFL games. Before I say any games, have you watched any games, Scott, of the UFL?
UFL. I've seen most of them.
That's good. Anybody or any team surprise you, or you're liking to watch right now?
Um, the Renegades are looking really good.
Uh,
Their quarterback.
Austin Reed. What college? I mean, what NFL team was he on? Do
I
you
think he was
remember?
drafted by the Bears, wasn't
Bears. I don't remember. I was like, I'm trying to remember who he was. What team I know he was on the practice squad for a team. I just couldn't remember what team.
he? Yeah, I think he was drafted by the Bears.
Oh, okay. What's going on, Miguel? Thank you for joining. I hope you're having a good one. Cheers to you. Again, I can't drink. I'm under the weather, but I do have. I'm not going to tell you. I mean, you can't see what I'm drinking either. But I'm drinking. I'm not sponsored by anybody, but I'm drinking. Not alcohol. Not alcohol. Not alcohol beverage. But I appreciate you joining the show. If you have any questions, don't forget to ask us. Me and Scott will do our best to tell you that you're wrong. So, but yeah, the Renegades, man, they have been fun to watch. Austin Reed has just been a really good quarterback. He broke the record last week with the most yards in a game, and then this week he tied the record for the most touchdowns in a game with 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
and they have another dude on their team. Vaughn is the receiver, and he loves to throw it to him. And he's seems like to not always be open, but he seems like to catch everything, and that's hard to find when it comes to like. I don't want to sit there and say it's like a semi-pro, but I mean that's the only thing you can have between uh, NFL and college. You can say it's semi-pro. So, but you got the Storm, who's the expansion team, versus the Storms and the Kings, both expansion teams, or did they change the name?
Yeah, they're both new teams.
Okay. So you got the Storm, who is 2-0, versus the Kings, who are 0-2. That's Friday at 7 o'clock on Fox. So if you ain't got nothing to do Friday, you got something to do. You can watch some UFL games. You got the Gamblers 1-1 versus the Defenders, who are 1-1. That's a Saturday morning game at 11 on ESPN. That's the only game that's on Saturday. So while you're sitting around in the rain here in Dallas, you can be watching that game. And then the Renegades play Sunday at 11 against the Aviators, who are 0-2, and the Renegades are 2-0. And that game's at 11 on Sunday on ABC. So that's going to be on regular TV, so y'all can watch that one. So everybody can watch that one. So, but that's all we got for the UFL games. Hopefully, I can catch some of those. I know I will be watching some of them, or at least have them on. And then we got baseball. Today you have the Athletics versus the Yankees. That game is actually just started right now. I don't know why I don't have the time on there. With the 3-7 Athletics versus the 8-2 Yankees. I can't stand the Yankees. you you were up north, right? Who was you're the Mets fan or
Yeah,
Yankees? Okay.
I was a
So
Mets fan.
so when you see a Yankees fan, do you go like that? Ugh.
uh,
Or does it not bug you that
yeah,
much?
not so much anymore.
You
I
said what?
still usually, I said not so much anymore.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I still, most of the time, will root for whoever's playing the Yankees, unless it's like the Red Sox.
Oh man.
Something.
Well, see, I can go for the Red Sox. I just cannot go for the Yankees. I think it's because I grew up just hating them because they used to knock the Rangers out the playoffs every year. That was the
Yeah.
team that knocked them out,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't stand this fucking team. Excuse my mouth, but I just couldn't stand them, and I'm got to that point where I just like literally just hated them. And the crazy thing is, I didn't even care. Like they had like Rivera, Mario Rivera, and then Derek Jeter. They didn't bug me. It was just the team overall, just the Yankees overall. But yeah, so that game's going on right now. It'd probably be on the bottom, scrolling through. You have the Rangers who already played. They won 3-0 today, but they don't play until Friday against the Dodgers, and they don't play until 9:10 at night. So they play late, and it's on Major League Baseball TV. So I guess that's the app thing they have, so you can watch it if you want to
Yeah.
watch it. So, but you know what's crazy? So I heard that a lot of the team, even with on the Major League TV app, that some of the games are not even on there because of the teams. Some of the teams that don't sign up for it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't even know
Well,
that.
some of the teams are getting their own network or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I
Well, see,
think
the Rangers have their own network.
yeah. I think right. Who was it this week? I just saw was somebody own team is starting. I think it was the White Sox, maybe. Or,
Uh,
I don't remember. It's starting their own network.
oh, really? Dang, that's crazy. I was like, remember we talked about it? I was like, man, Rangers have their own network now on Spectrum, but they don't have nothing going on besides like the baseball game. I was like, why are you paying for a whole network when for all these days? I was like, why don't you put me on there? You know, give me some TV time. So
Yep.
I was like, I'll take up 30 minutes of the show. Just give me 30 minutes. All I'm asking. Like who do I need to talk to get onto that show or to be put on there? So, but Scotty, are you ready for the top 10 defensive players?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I think I got 10.
Where's my notepad at? I have to write mine down. All right, I'm gonna start out with number 10. And again, I wrote my handwriting, so if I say these names wrong, I'm sorry because I just like I said I can't read my handwriting sometimes.
And this is
Uh,
gonna be a defense heavy draft, I
it
think.
is it is a defensive heavy draft, and we talked about this last little bit last week. I know we didn't want to go too much into the draft last week, but as the
Yeah.
weeks goes along, I don't mind talking more and more about the draft. But yeah, for sure, this draft is defensive heavy. Like I said earlier, I don't think you were on just yet, Scott. But I said earlier that if they were the people to join last week, we weren't like jumping off the water like, oh, well, this quarterback's better than this quarterback. Not we were like, yeah, you might have a point. Your quarterback might be better than my number 3 quarterback. There wasn't this quarterback draft is kind of weak. Besides
Yeah.
besides Mendoza, and people are still talking about that he might not be a strong candidate for a quarterback, even though he might go number 1. So, but this is, and I said this. I think I said this last week, Scott. This is the problem when it comes to the transfer portal. When a quarterback can go to a school for 1 year, go to a different school for
Yeah.
another year, and pat
Oh
their,
yeah,
pat their stats and look good, and then when
there's
they
no
get
development.
no development. All they care about the money now, not the money that they're going to make in the future.
Yeah.
So next year, I think the only quarterback as of right now next year that looks good or they could probably be a top quarterback is Texas quarterback
Manning.
Manning. Yeah, Archie Manning. So, but we'll,
Yeah,
we'll,
we'll
we'll,
see.
we'll get to that point where we start talking top
We still got
quarterbacks in college.
what's his name from Georgia or not Georgia? Ohio State.
Oh yeah, yeah. But
What's his name?
but once they figured him out, he did not look good.
Yeah.
So once the team started figuring, like the beginning of the season, he looked good, but towards the end of the season, once these teams started figuring out, because what did he do against Indiana? Nothing.
Yeah.
They shut him down. So,
Uh,
but he is young. So I'm not gonna knock. Let's not knock him just yet. He is young. I think he's
I
a
think
freshman, right?
yeah.
Okay. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I think the Oregon quarterback's better than Manning.
Oh, what's his name? Gosh, dang it. He stayed for another year. Dante
Yeah.
Moore. Dante Moore. Is that his name?
Yeah. More. Yeah.
Who was the quarterback? Oh, the Nebraska quarterback. Remember he transferred to.
Yeah.
Uh,
Rail.
yeah,
Rail is gonna be the backup.
yeah. He thought the quarterback was gonna go to the draft, and then the quarterback ended up staying. So now he has to be a backup because there's no other transfer portal, so he has to stay there.
Yeah.
So that's funny. All right,
It might be good for him.
It might be. Yeah, you're right. It might be good for him. But my number 10, I'm gonna go with Art. Like I said, I can't write my handwriting, but Terrell, the Clemson cornerback. Now,
Yeah, Avian.
yeah, there you go. I couldn't tell if I would put a V or R there. So I got him at number 10.
Number 10, I have Sunny Styles.
At number 10, holy crap! Who do you got ahead of him? I gotta hear your list. Uh, my number 9, I got Hakeem. Mes Mezdor, Masim
Yeah,
Miami
Messi.
Mesidor. Okay, I said it right the first time. The Miami defensive end. Now a lot of people didn't hear about him because on the other side you had Bane. So who,
Yeah.
if you watch the game, Bane could took over the game, but he's a really solid defensive end.
Oh yeah.
He's a really good solid defensive end. So that's who I got at number 9.
Number 9, I have defensive tackle
Oh, we got.
Caden McDonald
Oh, okay, okay.
out of Ohio State.
Ohio State. Well, see, this is, and I was just talking about this too, Scott, too. That you know how people are saying they don't know if Mendoza is a great quarterback. You got to understand that I was saying there's a possibility of 3 players from Ohio State on a defensive side that might get drafted. Possibility, maybe not, get drafted in the top 10. There's about 5 players on that defense that could probably get drafted in the 32 team. What you call it? Off that
Plus,
defense.
if he goes to the Raiders, he's not going to have any offensive line either.
That's yeah, I said that too, man. That I guess that's a good thing. Cousins is there. Let Cousins get beat up until they can build an offensive line.
Yeah.
My number 8 is Dylan Theismann. Did I say that right? Theismann, man. I can't read my handwriting. The Oregon safety. I think he's another good safety. I hope the Cowboys can get him. If they don't get Caleb Downs, I hope they can get him as a safety.
Yeah.
But I think they could get him at 20. Don't reach for him at 12. That's what I was saying. I hope the Cowboys don't reach for a player that they could get later on. Don't reach for a player.
Yeah.
Who you got at 8?
I have a cornerback from Tennessee,
Oh, McCoy.
Jermod McCoy.
Oh yeah, I think he's good. I was watching them. I was watching some film. Not me watching film. I was watching other people watch film about him, and yeah, they were talking about how good how fast he is, his way he would react to the ball, and I was like, man. And then when they were showing the film on him, I'm like, damn, he looks good. And he's like right there on the hip of the receivers. Again, some of this film was from like lower tier teams, but I like to watch. I like to see what they do against when they're going against a team like Alabama, Georgia, when they got some dudes on their team, and that's where he's coming from at SEC. So SEC defense, so they always have good playing against the top tier. So if you got a top tier corner or linebacker or safety out of the SEC, they're going against the best already. So I like him. I think he's going to be good. At number 6, I got Moonsor Delane. Did I say that right? LSU cornerback.
I don't know. I don't think I have him.
Oh, yeah, I got him. He's a cornerback out of. I mean, I guess I love defensive backs because I was a defensive back.
Yeah, I do have him. I have him further higher up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like defensive backs. I think they're defensive backs to me is probably one of the hardest positions you could play because I feel like you're going against the best athlete and he knows where he's going and you have to predict and stay with that dude as best as you can. So that's why I think I'm not saying it's the hardest position on the field because quarterback is tough. You got to know who to everything on as a quarterback. Who do you got at number 6?
Number 6, I have Avion Terrell.
Oh, you got
Terrell. However you say it.
At Clemson.
Yes.
So yeah. So you have him higher up there because I had him at 10. And you have him at 6. So you like him a lot. Then you think he's a really
he's a little undersized.
But yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was saying that he's fast.
Yeah, he's fast and he's tough. I don't think he's going to be much of a tackler in the NFL's ranks because, like you said, he is a little on the smaller side. But if they don't catch the ball, he ain't got to tackle. That was my
Yeah.
mindset.
Yeah.
My number 5, I got Ruben Bain out of Miami, defensive end.
Number 5, I have Peter Woods from Clemson.
What position is he? I don't know.
He's listed as defensive lines edge.
Oh, he's the edge. Okay. Yeah, I don't have him on there. I don't have him on my list. But that's a good one. See, the thing with Clemson, I didn't watch a lot of Clemson games because they weren't that good, so they were never really on primetime TV, or they never had that matchup where you're like, oh, I gotta watch them because they're playing against this team. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I didn't, like I said with the cornerback from Clemson, Avion Terrell. I had to go
Yeah.
back and watch or listen to people talk about him. That's all like, oh, okay, he is pretty good. My number 4, I got Sonny Styles, so that's why I was surprised you had him down at 10. Ohio State linebacker. Did you watch the combine? That dude was a stud on the combine.
Yeah.
So that's who I got at number 4.
I have Marvell Reese.
Oh,
Number
another
4.
Ohio State guy,
Yep.
linebacker, middle linebacker. He is. I'm not. I don't like comparing. I really don't like comparing players. But if I were to kind of close compare him to, he could probably be close to Ray Lewis type of linebacker.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if he has that. I don't know if he has that intensity or a mean streak in him. But I think his intelligence. That's where he's gonna really win because you see
Yeah.
he was always around the ball, so that means he could read the play. So he was always around the ball. But let me retract this though. Where was he in the Indiana game? A lot of these defensive players that we're talking about now that were playing they were playing against Indiana. You never heard their names. Indiana found a way to shut these guys down and
Yeah.
bully Ohio State. Number 3, I actually have Arvell Reese, Ohio State linebacker. So I have him at number 3.
Number 3, I have David Bailey from Tech.
Ah, Tech defensive end, nice. At number 2, I got Caleb Downs, Ohio State safety. Again, another Ohio State, and these are teams I don't even like. I don't even like Ohio State, but Caleb Downs,
Yeah.
man, was is he? He's really good. He's really fast, and he's always that's another one that was always around the ball, always making plays. So that's why I was like, I really like Caleb Downs. I think he's really good. So I got him at number 2.
Number 2, I have Ruben Bain.
Ruben Bain. That's a. You know what's crazy? What they're talking, I meant to say this when I told them when I picked him at 4, 5. They're talking about how he has short arms. Oh, his arms are short. People are not liking him because he has short arms. It's,
Yeah.
to me, it's like I don't think the short arms is the problem. It's your motor, especially when it comes to defensive end, because you're going to get somebody who's trying to block you, and you got to get off that block to get to the quarterback. So, what is his motor like? And he has a high motor. He was getting around that corner. He can get to the, and I feel like he does a good job when he gets the run too. So he's not a bad end.
Yeah.
So, but I just think it's funny how they're talking about his arms or he has short arms. But my number 1, I went with David. I forgot David Bailey, Texas Tech, and I hate to say that because I can't stand Texas Tech. So,
Yeah.
who'd you got
Number
your
1,
number?
I have Caleb Downs.
Caleb Downs. Now tell me why you feel like he's the number 1 defensive player.
Uh, just I think overall he's looked the best.
Yeah, he. I mean, he has.
I mean,
He's a smart player. He's like I said, he's around the ball. He's always around the ball. Finds a way to get interceptions. Finds a way to get pick up fumbles when the ball's on the ground. It's like how
Yeah.
are you always there? Like how do you know? And when you have people like that, you know that they know what they're seeing on the field. Their eyes are not deceiving them. So yeah, I think
His
he's
his,
good.
uh, his dad was on the Giants too.
Oh, was he?
He was a running back.
Oh no way, I didn't know that. So you want the Giants to draft him?
Uh, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they
But
drafted him,
do you think? I,
but I don't know if I would take him over. Well, just based on the needs of the Giants, I don't know. I might take Caleb Downs over him, just based on need.
yeah,
I mean,
Bailey.
Sonny Styles. I mean,
That's down.
sorry, over him, but just for based on need
Yeah.
for the Giants.
See, Cowboys need Sonny Stone, that Caleb Downs. Cowboys need everybody on this fucking draft. Find a way to get all 10 of mine. Cowboys, and I'll be happy. So, but
Yeah.
I think a lot of people will be happy. I didn't come up with the question of the day. I forgot. I totally forgot about that. But I do have the important dates. NFL dates. 15 days away. You got the excuse me. You have the NFL draft April 23rd through the 25th. The 23rd are going to be our draft show. We're going to be on here, me and Scott. I believe Scott's going to be here right around 7 o'clock. Maybe stay on for a while. Maybe to the Giants pick.
Yeah. I'll probably be there.
Maybe a little late.
Um,
Scott likes to make an entrance.
yeah, I'm gonna try because the Giants, well, might be number 5 unless they trade up.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna try to be here for the at least for that pick. So
yeah. I'll be here for all 32 picks. I got some do something a little different, but we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that the day of the draft show. Um, let me see, and then the 24th, which is a Friday, and the 25th, which is a Saturday. We'll keep you posted if anybody like drops or like last year when Shador Sanders dropped to like the
yeah,
yeah, that was crazy. But we'll keep you posted on that. Again, our draft show is the April 23rd. NBA playoff starts April 18th, which is actually next Saturday. So get ready for that. NFL, not NFL, UFL day season's already started. It started March 27th. I told you the games that are coming on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you ain't got anything to do those 3 days, look up your schedule, find out when the UFL football team's playing, and watch some football.
yeah.
You said it again?
I said yeah.
No. And then you got baseball. Opening day already happened. Rangers' first home game already happened. They lost. Again, I don't understand how they sit there and lose to Cincinnati Reds, get swept by them, and then turn around and sweep the Seattle Mariners. Makes no sense at all. But hey, it happened this week. That's what the Rangers do.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did beat the Seattle. I'm not a fan of Seattle.
No,
I haven't been
I
a
don't like
fan of.
Seattle.
You do?
I don't like
Oh, you
Seattle.
don't?
No.
Yeah. I haven't been a fan since Ken Griffey Jr. because I was a Ken Griffey Jr. fan,
Yeah.
so I haven't been a fan since then. Oh, you know what? I like Ichiro too, but I didn't like when he was on the team. I didn't like. That's when I really didn't start liking Seattle. So he just got kind of got the bearer of the bad news. But
We
that's
got
all we
hockey
got.
playoffs
Yeah, hockey
too.
playoffs. What day
The
is that?
26th, I think it starts.
Okay,
April.
so there you go. You got basketball playoffs and hockey playoffs starting. Stars are going to win the World Cup. Scotty's blue blue jacket
Devils.
Devils. There you go. He's the Devil. New
They
Jersey
just
Devils.
yep.
I knew it was somebody, just couldn't remember. So, but yeah, so we'll keep you posted on all those. But again, the most important thing to me and Scott is football. So we're gonna focus mostly on football. When football season starts up, we will be on doing 2 shows a week. talking college and NFL. But that's a while from now, so let's not even think about it. We're just talking draft right now. The,
Yeah.
the World Cup's coming up. It's in July, so we will try to get you through that. I don't know nothing about soccer. Scott said Scott said he don't know nothing about soccer.
Yeah,
So
the only time I ever watch it's when the World Cup.
yeah, same here. The
Yeah.
only time I ever watch is when it's the World Cup. So let's figure this out together, ladies and gentlemen. But I appreciate y'all being here, Scott. I appreciate you joining today.
Yeah.
We will be back next Wednesday, the week and a day before the draft. We'll talk a little bit more draft next week. Join us as we talk about the draft. Talk about let's do top 10 offensive players next week, Scott.
Okay.
So top 10 offensive players in the draft, and then let's do you're gonna have let's you're gonna have a topic next week. We got time to talk about that. We got to next week.
Yeah, I could probably figure something out.
All right, and then again we'll talk some sports. I'll let you know what's going on in the sports world if anything's happened, and that's all we got. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you joining the show. I appreciate you joining the chat. Um, Scott, you got anything else before we get off?
No?
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all have a great evening. Great evening.
All right.
All
See
right.
ya.
See you, Scott.